Okay, I am ready to go. I have been locked up and it's been tough. My name is Panga and my great uncle, he was a pangolin and he's had a bit of trouble. He's been in China and it's caused some real challenges. And my great uncle is a bat and I'm a fusion of pangolins and bats. And see, it's tough for us pangolin ancestors at the moment because we're dealing with all of this different discrimination and trying to make sense of the world. It's hard. And I've decided that even though we weren't necessarily at fault, I think the climate had a lot to do with the challenges and the climate was potentially affected by human beings. And that's why my ancestors ended up where they were. But with all that considered, I've decided to come out and to be hopeful this week. I can't hide away. I can't hide away anymore, friends. I've got to be here with you all. So I hope you accept me for who I am and we can get through this together. Now, if you want to throw some comments into the chat line, I'd be pumped to hear from you. I'm Panga. And I'm pumped to be here. You're on Imagination TV, and today we're with the youngsters. Oh, here we go. Oh, it wasn't yesterday, Craig. Oh, Stan Grant, he was flip-flopping my brain away when he said, hope we should be cautious and think about how we use it. And I thought, wow, yeah. And then he came back and he said, radical hope later. Whoa, talk about a mind boggler. And then Daisy, she was so wise. She said, hope without action. What even is it? Oh, go on, Daisy. And then we had Jordan Watson, wasn't he fantastic? Love Watts all the way. I love what you do with art, Jordan. And Jordan said, hope, I don't know what that is. But I knew faith, I like faith. Oh, all these things we're going to cover today. And right now, we're going to go into one of my favourite segments. But before we go there, if you want to support the show, go to aimmentoring.com and grab an imagination hoodie or even give a donation. That'd be really cool. And are you ready for the presidential speeches of imagination? Let's play the video and get amped up. I am so pumped.
I want to get our homeless people off the street.
I want to see a future where education is free.
Today, we ask you to imagine what's possible.
Let's get into it. Philip, Derwin, how are you feeling in America about being the president of Imagination for 3 minutes today?
I am feeling excited, pumped, and I'm ready to get going.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the president of Imagination, Philip Derwin from the United States of America.
Thank you. What's up, Imagination TV? My name is Philip Derwin. I am 21 years old, coming in from Lafayette, Louisiana in the United States of America. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about leadership and how failure can be your stepping stone into you guys' success. So a little bit about myself is that I used to play baseball my entire life, but when I got to college, everything changed for me. And what I mean by that is that I originally came to college just to play that, but then a few months passed by and one of the worst things ever happened to me was I got cut from my baseball team. And I'm like, what am I gonna do next? How am I going to use that as a stepping stone to really get where I need to be in my life. So I realized that me being cut from the team was the biggest blessing that could ever happen to me. And if that would not have happened to me, then I would not have been on AIM TV today. And I feel like by me being cut from the team, I was really able to break that barrier and just really discover my true passions in my lifestyle. So whenever that happened, I was able to become SJ president, part of AIM, and just other mentorship roles in my community. And that's exactly what I want to do in this world, is use my platform to build leaders who make a better world. So how I see the world is that anybody, no matter who you are or where you come from, anybody can achieve their wildest dreams. You guys have to stick to your gut, even if people doubt you. Just keep going and do not let anybody stop you until you get there. I want to use my platform to be a role model and mentor and help people know that no matter who you are or where you come from, anything is possible as long as you guys put your mind to it. And if you look at it, the most successful people today, everyone has overcame adversity and failure to get where they are today. I mean, if you look at it, guys, the word impossible and the word impossible says possible. So, I mean, if they can do it, then why can't you? Just because something does not exist for you right now in this moment, that does not mean that it cannot happen for you guys. Just stay true to yourself, stay true to your gut, hold on to your hope, and really go after your instinct. Also, go after your wildest dreams, guys. You have to put yourself out there and do not let anybody stop you, because what's meant for you, nobody can break what's meant for you in your life. Just keep going out there. And I always tell everybody that if everyone has a mentor in this life, that's what I love about AIM, is because AIM gives kids and young individuals have that mentor where they can look up to. And if kids just have that mentor in their life, then anything is possible and everybody can be on the right direction to success. And with that being said, is I want to use my platform to let people know that anything is possible. I'm going to leave you guys with this quote. Anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it, and I cannot wait till you guys achieve your wildest dreams.
Yeah, the crowd's going wild on YouTube. Dan Single said, my guy. Nadia said, smiley faced with with sunglasses emoji. Love your passion, Philip. Philip, you're amazing, brother. Luke Hodge said, who I think's on the call. That was pretty tricky from him. And then we've got Nadia saying, hey, Philip, what's your wildest dream?
I like to be an actor, director, and producer, and just really using my platform to give out success and motivation to other individuals around the world.
Well, thank you, brother, and thank you for joining us on IMAGI-NATION TV. You've been brilliant. Jump on the chat line. I'm sure everyone would love to have a chat to you. And on there, Tom, maybe you can ask Philip how he heard about AIM. Thanks, brother. Keep doing what you do.
Thank y'all so much. Have a good one.
Our next president of IMAGI-NATION is Tia Rasmussen-Baston. Tia, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. You know, we're just living.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody around the world, get ready, because you're about to watch IMAGI-NATION TV live with Tia Rasmussen-Baston, who's going to be the president of IMAGI-NATION. Welcome, Tia. Off you go.
Hi, so my name's Tia Rasmussen-Baston. I'm 16 and I'm from Perth, WA. I've probably been in AIM for about 4 years now, starting from year 7 up to year 11. I think my favourite part of the AIM is the program days and how they got kids from different schools and got them all in one big group, just to, you know, bump ideas off each other and just know that they're in a group and they're not by themselves. So for me, my favourite part was when we got into groups of about 5 or 7, and we watched this about 5 to 7 minute random made up video of a storyline, and then we had to write the second chapter. So I really enjoyed that because it gave people that didn't necessarily have the skills for it to step up and be a leader. So it made shy people, you know, bump their ideas off, give them ideas, know that their opinion is valid, whether it's a random one or it's just different. So I really enjoyed that. So I was asked to do this, and I was very excited because I have a lot of thoughts and I have a lot of opinions that I would like to see in my future. So for me, I have 2 main things that I'd really like to see in my future. A is when we've settled the problem of climate change and we've also have racial equality. So for me, climate change is one of the big ones, because when my children have children, I want them to be able to experience the things I've experienced. Like when you go to the zoo, you get to see this extraordinary wildlife that we have, for example, lions, tigers, giraffes, and elephants that you don't see in, every day. So another one is when you go to the beach and you'll see a dolphin swimming or a seal swimming by the coast. Like that was such an amazing experience because you just don't get to see that every day. And just basically just have what this amazing planet has to offer, because there's so much that we have, like waterways, fresh water systems. It's pretty cool. And I feel like if we keep going with the route of deforestation and, the pumping of coal mining and the fossil fuels that's polluting the air and getting us, ruining everything, I feel like they're just not going to experience that. And it's very sad to think that one day they won't be able to have the things that I got to have. And it just kind of makes me hope that people will start thinking about the future and not now, because at the end of the day, we're not here without any future. So another one of my opinions is racial equality. So for me, when my children have children, I want them to be able to flourish in a multicultural land where their opinions and their actions are based truly on what they do and how they say things, except besides the color of their skin. Because for me, I've always had a thing with stereotypes of saying that, well, you can't do this because of your background. And for me, I don't want to put that on anybody else, because it isn't a great feeling. So for me, when my children have children, I want them to know that no matter where they come from, whether they be Asian, Caucasian, African, or African American, that they are who they are, and that doesn't matter whether you're different or not, because everyone is the same and we're all human beings. So when we use our imagination, we can actually hope for more things, and it sets us goals and sets like something that you really want to see. So yeah, that's about everything that I have, but those are my opinions, and it's just what I believe, and I really hope that I can see that in my near future, because I feel like it would be really great.
Tia, thank you so much. Helen Wiseman said very wise words right behind you. Grace Douglas said, glad that you're our future, Tia. Oh, Boo Love Music said, yes, Tia, with a, it's like a star emoji. You got a star emoji. Oh, hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for being brave. I love that session, the Game of Life session, where you get to just invent stories at AIM's Imagination Factory Days. So cool.
It was really great.
Just keep going. Just keep being you, keep being brave, keep being kind, keep thinking about other people. And thank you for being the President of Imagination today. You've been fantastic.
No worries.
Well done, Tia.
Bye.
I think you're staying on for the classroom, so we'll see you soon. Awesome. Okay, our final presidential speech today is Nate Kellermeyer. Nate, how you feeling?
I'm still feeling a bit hot here in this jumper, but yeah.
What's it like wearing a hoodie in hot conditions? I feel like it's something. What is it?
Makes you feel silly. Everyone just want to take it off, but got to represent AIM,
Yeah, and then sometimes you gotta shake. The early's out. Shake. Sorry. Gotta get out of the way, Nate. All right, Nate. Are you ready to deliver your speech?
Ready? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody welcome Nate Kellermeyer, the President of IMAGI-NATION!
Good morning, Imagination TV. My name is Nate Kellermeyer, and I'm currently in my final year at Woodridge State High School down here in Queensland, Australia. Now, I think we can all agree that these past couple of months have seen us being placed into extraordinary times. At the start of the new year, we saw the continuing of devastating bushfires here in Australia that left many families, communities, and wildlife in utter turmoil. This was then followed by heavy rainfall, which caused localized flooding in parts of Queensland and New South Wales, for which in turn it did bring relief to the firefighting cause. However, it created a new dilemma with the floods. And now we're in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, unfortunately, we as a community have had to undergo new procedures that will limit and will alter our daily routine. In our region, social distancing is being encouraged, and for people to remain 1.5 meters away from one another. Local sporting teams and events have been postponed. Social gatherings of 100 people or more is forbidden, and new rules have been put in place for aged care facilities. The world I envision for our future would be one where we feel safe, even in times of conflict. One where we know we'll pull through no matter what hits us. We, as humans, we're always going to encounter obstacles in our time. It's inevitable. And I believe we're going to beat the coronavirus. I know we're going to defeat this minute obstacle embedded in our massive journey. One small but very important step we can use is to change the mindsets of people around us, to change their imagination, to educate those people around us about the essential information that will guide us into finding or creating a solution to the COVID-19 outbreak. And the people that need to know this are the ones that can contribute the most. The next generation of young teenagers, the youths. Pretty soon, someone is going to have to take that next step forward after our elders are gone. And the next generation of minds are coming together to do just that. Now, if I can take that first step into creating a better place just at the ripe age of 17, then I believe that will encourage and push the rest of us into the spotlight and create a better future for all. Thank you.
Nate, I love you. I just love you. I love the way you think and the way your brain works and the way you write. Let's go get him. Shayaka from Uganda said, Nate with a nux. I think that's a cool thing. I don't think that means punch. Jason Burton said, so composed, could listen to Nate speak all day. Troy Kelly said, what a wonderful speaker. Georgia Moran said, yes, Nate. And Nate, as important of your words is that you actually follow them up with actions. That's what I respect about you, Nate. I've been watching your journey from the screen as I've been sitting there with me puppet friends in AIM TV land doing some of our imagination days. Thank you for giving it your all. Thank you for joining us today. And I can't wait for you to take one step and another step and another step, and no, we'll be there with you.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Nate. It's been my pleasure. Okay, let's get moving, ladies and gentlemen, into the chaos classroom. I think we've got a video. We've got a video. We've got a video. We've got a video. Welcome everybody to the Chaos Classroom. Today's topic is hope. Now bring your questions into the chat line and let's see where we can go. Welcoming Gemma, Tia, Luke and Chad. How are you all feeling? Gemma?
Good. Yeah, I'm ready and pumped to answer some of these questions.
Excellent news. Okay, well, what's hope then?
I would define hope as separate to faith, definitely. Hope is something that you can hold individually when everybody else is saying no.
Okay, great. I'm going to give you an assignment. You've got 3 minutes to draw a character called Hope. Off you go.
Okay.
Okay, Luke, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, brother. I'm feeling pumped up and ready to go.
That's great news. Just be careful with brothers and sisters in these times because I'm actually a female panger. So nice to see you. I'm happy for you to call me sister or sis or panger. Luke, what do you think hope is?
For me, hope is both intrinsic and inextricable, and it's a big part of our identity. So it's the three big I's for me, and they all represent something of which makes us a core fundamental human and represents our values as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you an assignment. You're going to write Hope, the poem, in the times of COVID-19. You've got 2 minutes, 120 seconds. I'll be back to you shortly. Tina,
Beautiful.
we've already spoken to you, so we'll come to you in a second. Chad!
Yeah, mate.
How you going, bruz?
I'm going good. How are you, Panger?
Yeah, I'm deadly. Hey, tell me, Parul wants to know from the YouTube chat line, how do you unlock hope?
Hope is probably like, so you know how we're in COVID-19? Well, hope is basically like you're hoping to try and live, you're hoping to try and get out of this situation. Well, everyone's probably having hope to like go through their life, try and get family to feel safe, and like, yeah, hope is like trying to just live on the life.
How do you spell hope?
HOPE.
Yeah, sometimes I like to spell it ELMENTARYFUNDAMENTAL. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how you feeling, Tia? Coming straight off the big stage as a president and into the classroom?
I'm good.
That's good news. Hey, Arpin wants to know, what was that defining moment when hope changed your life? Well, Arpin, there's a bit of an assumption in that question, but assuming hope has had some sort of impact on your life, Tia, has there ever been a moment where you've chosen to use hope and made some change with it?
Yeah, so with me, hope is very important to me because usually with all the madness that goes on with my life, you know, being in year 11 and assignments and all that stuff and being in this pandemic of the coronavirus, hope is giving me a bit of stability in where we're going and how far we're going to go. So I think that I've used hope for is one of my mum's very close Indigenous elders. She actually is quite vulnerable to the coronavirus and it can really affect her. So with me, I've really pushed in believing that, you know, through this she will get out of it and it'll be really good. So hope is very important as I feel like if I hope for it enough, that maybe will become my reality.
Hey, Chad.
So yeah, that is the answer.
Thank you, Tia. Chad, you're now running the classroom for 1 minute. What do you want to ask everyone? Go, you're the teacher.
Okay. What do you think about COVID-19 and what is your first opinion on it? And how are you going to get through this situation with family and friends?
If I were to answer that question, I would probably say that we all need to be vigilant in what we do around the situation and how we act to the news and media, but be understanding that it is a serious matter, but we don't need to stress.
Nice. Okay. Tia, what's your opinions on COVID-19?
So with COVID-19, my opinions of it are it's coming very real very quickly. So you saw all over social media a lot of people at the start were joking about it and saying, oh, it's not going to last long because it's from that, and making it making it a joke and just not really showing that, well, it's happening right now and we've never experienced this before. You can see that even most of the Prime Minister doesn't know what we're really doing. A lot of schools don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to approach the situation. So I feel like what we're doing of, self-isolating and just making sure that we be smart about this is a smart way to go. But the over buying at the shops and just, running in there and just getting what you can, I feel like is just being a bit over the top. Because again, if we just buy like normal, we'll keep that supply in and there won't have to be such a big commotion about it. So I feel like the best way to go about, doing this is just being smart and playing right.
Chad, thank you for being such a good teacher. You did brilliantly. Okay, Luke, what have we got in terms of your poem? Over to you.
Yeah, I got my poem all sorted out, ready to go. So my main points I wanted to kind of explain was the 3 I's I mentioned before. So with that, I've got written down that hope carries our core fundamental beliefs and it transcends our values beyond our very own physical, emotional, and cognitive capabilities. And similar to some physical representation and formats of hope itself, we all know the S for Superman on his chest that he wears is actually a representation of hope. And that helps to carry us forward through a physical representation of a hero. But we can all be heroes on a surface level and help to inspire one another and to overcome any adversity and challenge. Just as Chad mentioned with COVID-19, the stronger we are together, the more chance we have to overcome this. And we can do that through intrinsic, inextricable, and identity of hope. And we can all bring that together to show our strength and show who we really are.
I love it, Luke. I love it. Gemma, bring us home. What is the image of hope?
I kind of scrapped it a few times and I just wrote the word. I don't know. Hope is hard to put into a picture without being cliche. I imagine hope individual to everybody. So I guess if I had time and I was an artist, I would draw just a bunch of individual people and that would sum up my version of hope.
Gemma, you are an artist. We're all artists. You just got to pick up the pen like you did today. Gemma, Chad, Tia, Luke, thank you for joining us on Chaos Classroom. You've been brilliant. Yeah. Give them a round of applause. Absolutely spot on, Tia from Atlanta Lloyd. Go, Chad from Marley. Whoa, everybody's loving what you're doing here. Congratulations, Luke. Congratulations, Gemma. Congratulations, Chad. Congratulations, Tia. You've been fantastic. We'll see you all soon. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Panga. Much love.
Thanks, mate.
Peace. Okay, to wrap up today's show, we have Atika Punjabi, a 12-year-old youngster from India who's going to kickstart a new campaign for us called Video Diaries, Being Brave in the Times of COVID-19, a collection of video diaries from young people around the world. And we're going to show it each week on the Youngsters segment. I hope you enjoy. And then after the video finishes, that'll be a wrap for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Head to aimmentoring.com, grab an imagination hoodie, keep supporting each other, keep bringing love into everyone's lives. And, oh, weren't they fantastic? I just loved everybody today. Okay, over to you, Hatika. Bring us home.
Being brave in the times of coronavirus. 31st March 2020. Dear kids of the world, I am Hitika Punjabi, a 12-year living in south of India, a 6th grade student of Vidyaniketan Public School in Coimbatore. It has been 12 days since my school is shut down and our unexpected long holiday began. Well, it isn't really a holiday, is it? I can't go out and play. We all know the coronavirus situation was bad, but we did not know that it was so bad that police would be roaming the streets, that shops would be open only for a couple of hours each day, that people cannot even greet each other properly anymore, that we would all be forced to stay in and not run around. My grandmother always tells me that when the room is really dark, the flame of the candle burns bright, and I know the stars are always above me, but they only shine in the dark of the night. And my uncle tells me we all carry light within us, and the more we do things that we really like and things that help others, the stronger that light becomes. In these dark times, even when I feel afraid at times, I know I can be brave and let my light shine bright. Speaking of my uncle, he is a big inspiration in my life because he and his friends cannot do their regular mentoring for school kids. So they have started a live TV show on YouTube called IMAGI-NATION TV. I don't watch the show live because it's too early in India, but I love watching it in afternoons as part of my study from home schedule. And I especially like the puppets and the kids on the show. Speaking of my schedule, me and my mum have created a daily timetable for me with things I love doing. I spend no more than 2 hours on the screen every day, and at other times I read, I draw and paint, I do some yoga, and I play board games with my family and chess with my father, or just games with no rules with my little sister, who is very naughty. I also spend some time in watering the plants in my backyard and planting seeds like orange, gooseberries, and many more. I also have regular routines when I wake up and go to bed. And I love reading before I go to bed. My favorite book of all times is The Man from the Egg, which has many stories of gods and goddesses and weird and wonderful creatures. So, through my little acts, in some small ways, I am letting my light shine, and I know the adults all feel more hopeful because of me and because of all us kids. Can you imagine a world without any kids in it? It would be a very, very sad place. Us kids are the glue that make the world stick together. And the truth is, as the little prince says, all grown-ups were once children, but only a few of them remember it. So, this is me recording my thoughts on how I am being brave in times of coronavirus, hoping that it will inspire other kids to do the same. Take care and be brave.